Future Man stars Josh Hutcherson, who plays Janitor Josh Futturman. Josh leads a pretty boring life, spending much of his time playing video games when he's not working. Things change, though, when he beats a video game that the rest of the world thinks is unbeatable. When he beats the game, mysterious visitors from the future appear, and they tell Josh that he is the savior, the world is in danger, and that he is the only one who can save it. That pretty much sums up the first episode so far. We first meet Josh in the biotics game world. Here, it is obvious that he is a hero. Then later we see him at his job as a janitor for a disease center, where he is the opposite of a hero. He seems to dislike his job, but he enjoys his coworkers Keith David as Dr. Elias Cronish and Ron Funches as Ray. The exception to this is Haley Joel Osment as Dr. Stukamilla, who is pretty funny when we first see him. This episode and the series so far does not hold back on the crude humor. If you are not a fan of what some people deem to be juvenile humor, then I don't necessarily think you'll enjoy this show. However, if the following two conversations do not bother you, then you might find the show is something you want to check out. Dr. Cronish asking his assistant when was the last time that possum ejaculated, the store clerk of a video game store chatting with Josh about masturbating to the video game version of Tiger, the mail clerk asking Josh or letting Josh know that he loves masturbating to Miss Pac-Man, and the female clerk says that she wants to have sex with Luigi from Mario because he's Italian. This all happens within the first 10 minutes of the show, and I enjoyed it for the most part. I honestly didn't expect it to be that crude, and it doesn't really let up from there. I'll have to see where it goes from here. The humor doesn't bother me too much, but I just didn't expect it. It did have me laughing out loud in a couple of places, though, so I do recommend checking out the show if the premise sounds interesting to you and you don't mind humor like the examples mentioned above. I'll be checking out the rest of the season myself, as the first episode has me intrigued to see where it goes from here. I'll go ahead and review the rest of the episode, so spoilers ahead. There are two members on the team. Eliza Coupe plays the marvelous Tiger, and Derek Wilson is the hostile Wolf. They appear in Josh's room while he is masturbating, and let's just say that Josh finishes on Wolf. Remember that crude humor? This becomes a running gag throughout the episode, with Wolf mentioning it and Josh apologizing or wanting to move past it. Tiger lets Josh know that the video game is a recruitment tool to find the one who can save the world. From Josh's room, they travel back in time to 1960 to try and stop a series of events from taking place. They arrive in the same house or room as before, and a fight ensues with Josh's grandparents, dad, and uncle. This leads to Tiger learning that Josh does not possess any special skills and that he is basically useless to their mission. They make their way from the house onto the street where they fight a group of bikers, and it's a pretty good action scene overall. The bikers notice that the trio is wearing weird futuristic clothing and start harassing them. This scene so far reminded me of that part in Terminator where Arnold time travels into the past with no clothing and beats up the tough looking guys in leather with a switchblade. Here we have Wolf and Tiger spouting off cliche video game dialogue as they make easy work of the bikers. The scene has smooth choreography and the hits look like they really hurt. Tiger even tries to take one of the biker's skulls for a trophy, but Josh quickly stops her. They take a couple of motorcycles and make their way to a diner, where Tiger is upset and Wolf is happy he can eat something that isn't rat. As we learn also that in the future people live in sewers and anything on the menu besides rat is a good option. Through conversation, they also learn that Josh works with Dr. Cornish and that the doctor is working on a cure for herpes. In fact, this is why he became a scientist. We learned earlier that he contracted the disease the night of the moon landing at a party, and this is actually the day they traveled back to. Ultimately, this leads to a super cure for all diseases, creating the evil biotics in the future. So from there, they make their way away from the diner and end up blowing up a cop car in the process. Overall, I would say that this is a good first episode. I'm excited to see where things go from here. I laughed at the outrageousness of a couple of the jokes, and I thought it was a lot of fun. My favorite part of the episode, though, was the biker action scene. It was really enjoyable for me. I hope they keep and maintain that level of choreography throughout the season. I give this episode 3.5 joysticks out of 5. Hey guys, let me know what you think about this show. Do you plan on watching it? And if you've already seen it, what do you think about it? Alright guys, go ahead, like and subscribe so you can get updates on my reviews of Future Man and other stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Alright.